earlier today, I had a chance to sit with the chair of the DNC, Jaime Harrison, a friend of mine. We discussed which off-cycle elections that they are paying close attention to and how the committee is actually ensuring black voter participation. Check it out. Jaime Harrison, chairman of the Democratic National Committee. I want to start off by asking you what you're anticipating for tomorrow. It's the first election that you've been at the helm. So what are you looking at? What races are you watching?
Well, we're working hard to make sure that we're victorious tomorrow. You know, we had a preview of this, Aisha, in California with a California recall. We worked very hard to push back against the Republican efforts there to take over California, and we are now doubling down on our efforts in New Jersey and in Virginia, along with a lot of other local elections across the country as well. But New Jersey and Virginia are the two states that are going to get a lot of attention on Election Day.
Now, what is always the thing to watch with these off-cycle elections, and this isn't even a midterm election, this is literally what we consider an off-cycle election, is we're looking at turnout. And as you know, everyone acknowledges, black voters have been the foundation of Democratic votes turnout all across the board, not even just in the South, but in general. So what are you expecting with turnout tomorrow?
Well, you know, I'm cautiously optimistic, and that's part because I'm heartened by the early vote turnout in Virginia in particular. Turnout in New Jersey has been really, really good so far in terms of the early vote. And in Virginia, for the first time that they are doing an early vote, you know, since 2020 elections, and they made some changes to the laws. And so the early vote looks good so far. And if we can continue that trend on Election Day, I think Terry McAuliffe, Hala Yala, Mark Herring, and Democrats in the House of Delegates are going to be in good shape. But it's all about turnout. And the thing that I like to remind our folks in Virginia and New Jersey, there are more of us than they are of the other side. So for us, it's just about turning out to vote. If we turn out to vote, then we will win this election. We will win both elections. And so it's incumbent upon us to do just that. And as specifically to the African-American community in both of the states, I just tell them to look at the contrast. You have two individuals, Democrats, who are running, who have records of delivering for the people in their states, but particularly for African-Americans in their states. And as opposed, they have two Republicans who have said, I mean, they're doubling down on Trumpism. They've talked about voting and voting irregularities when they are none, which is just code for we're going to take away your right to vote if you elect us. They are going against women's rights to control their own bodies. I mean, down in Virginia, Glenn Youngkin is also against marriage equality. It's 2021, and this guy is bringing this. Yeah, it's so backwards, and so it's important that folks understand what the alternatives are, so that we push back.
But I'm interested in how the Democrats are helping them do that, though, Jaime, because you and I both know that from an issue perspective, surely the Democrats who have been in power in Virginia have been able to pass some laws that have changed, you know, outcomes for people, have boosted the quality of life for people. The concern is not so much in what they'll do or what they've done, so much as how it's being messaged. Because when you start off saying it's a turnout game, we just need to get people to show up, often that language feels transactional. So why should voters, black voters in particular, actually turn out in this election? What's the message?
Well, take a look at what Terry McAuliffe has done. And, you know, the message is Democrats deliver when we are in office. I mean, you take a look at what he has done, and, you know, this is a guy who created 200,000 new jobs. This is a guy who had a record $1 billion investment in Virginia's education system. This is a guy in African-American communities in particular. You know, for some of our men and women who have been in the system and come back out, you got in states like Georgia and Texas where they're trying to take away African-Americans' right to vote. Terry McAuliffe, when he was governor, gave 200,000 African Americans their rights to vote again after serving their time in prison. So, this is a guy who is not just about talk, but is actually doing things to improve the quality of life, the quality of lives of the people in the state, and particularly African Americans in the state. And so, in contrast, you don't have that with Glenn Youngkin. You definitely don't have that with the Republican Party, and we've seen that. And so what we have done at the DNC is we put $6 million into this race to put Black and Brown and AAPI folks on the ground in the communities to organize in those communities. We put it in Black radio and Spanish-speaking radio so that folks understand the message of what Terry McAuliffe has done and what the contrast with Glenn Youngkin. But it's important that we understand that you can't just do that stuff last minute. You got to invest in these communities. You got to message in those communities. And we've been doing that for months now on behalf of Terry McAuliffe and the Democrats running up and down the ticket.
$6 million is certainly nothing to sneeze at. And a lot of the criticism, if you will, that the DNC has gotten over time, certainly before your tenure, has been about the actual tangible dollars as well as the boots on the ground that are being invested by the Democratic Party into engaging Black communities. And I say it that way because turnout is a transactional thing that happens around a particular day on the calendar. But it sounds to me like the DNC is interested in a broader engagement of the Black community. Vice President Harris launched an initiative with you guys. Can you speak a little bit about that and what your plans are moving forward?
Yeah, and I appreciate you for bringing that up. Listen, folks, when I became chair of the DNC, I said that we're going to do things a little differently, which is that we aren't going to wait until the last minute to start engaging Black and Brown AAPI communities. We're going to start that effort right now. So the first thing that I announced was a $20 million investment into putting and training folks from those communities, getting them trained as organizers, as political leaders, as communicators, and we have started that effort. We added on top of that a $23 million investment into our state parties, going back to a 50-state strategy. So meaning we're not going to leave any territory, any community behind. Then on top of that, the vice president and I announced a $25 million investment in our I Will Vote initiative. That means voter protection staff in every one of these states. That means more money for voter registration, particularly for communities of color. So we're doing all that we can to put boots on the ground from the communities. So again, we're not parachuting people in, but we're actually taking people from the communities, training them, making sure that they have all the skill sets and organizing, and then putting them back in their communities now as paid organizers on behalf of the Democratic Party. So it's going well so far. I'm really, really excited. We're going to be announcing another new set of investments, particularly for communities of color, in the next week or so. So, we're going to continue to build back better, not only for the country, but also the Democratic Party.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you just invoked Build Back Better, because what we have been covering on this show is that the most recent polling shows that while Build Back Better, the Biden agenda of Build Back Better and all the policy provisions around what's being touted as a quote-unquote social investment, but ultimately would be the biggest investment probably in the people since the New Deal in this country, yes. Those provisions are popular. People want to have paid leave. People want to have child care. People want to have extensive access to health care, and they want to protect the environment, et cetera, et cetera. But what the polling has found is that Black people aren't buying into that brand of Build Back Better. I don't know why, and I wonder if you do, and if you could speak to the mixed messages that are happening with regards to the policy and the branding itself, and why we're losing Black people on that.
Well, I think part of what we have to do is we really have to double down on selling this. And it's been a little hard to sell it because, there have been moving parts. And one of the things, the one thing that you don't want to do is to tell people you're doing and going down one path and then decide to go down an entirely different path. And so what we've been trying to wait for is the framework. We now have the framework for how we're going to go back. And I want folks to understand how this will have a dramatic impact on their day-to-day lives. And just think about it. If you're a single mom or you're a working family, you're paying $12,000 a year, $1,000 a month in terms of child care, right? If say you're making $36,000 a year, so a third of what you make is going towards child care. This bill, just take this provision alone, and not even talking about the child tax credit that is extended, and the more money for all of these other things that we have put in it. But in just this provision alone, a family would save $10,000 a year on child care expenses. $10,000 a year. That's real money.
Yeah.
They cap at 7%. The most that you will pay for child care is at 7%. And then the government will come in to help assist on that. You also have the extension of the child tax credit, which has already reduced childhood poverty in this country by half. I mean, just these provisions alone are huge. Increasing of the earned income tax credit for those who don't have children. Pre-K, universal pre-K for 3- and 4-year-olds. I know the impact Head Start has had, particularly on low-income families and particularly in the Black community. Now, 3- and 4-year-olds are going to be able to go to school, and that will be covered by the federal government. If you live in one of the states like my state, red state, Medicaid expansion. You know, the millions of people in this country who don't have health care but should, if they just lived in a state that allowed the Medicaid expansion, those people are going to get health care now. So this bill is chock full of things that will be impactful, dramatically impactful for families. And so it's about selling it, letting folks know what's coming down the pike. But I'm excited about it, and I'm more excited about what it will do to help improve the quality of life for so many people, particularly from the Black community.
Well, that it will. So let's hope that more people buy into it and we can get this thing done. Thank you so much, Jaime Harrison, the chairman of the Democratic National Committee. Appreciate your time and your insights and hope to have you back so that we can stay on track with all the things that are happening in politics in this country. Thanks, Jaime.
Thank you. Always great seeing you.